So yeah, there's been times that the elites failed, right? But it's pretty much been like hard to tell, right, when they actually truly failed because it could have been a double-edged sword, right? What just like with 2016, right? Like, oh, people thought, the truthers won by electing Donald Trump, but like he was just a fucking psyop, like, but he was selected, right? But the elites also try to show you a false indication of stuff to come in the future, like with South Park, right? They're showing this false predictive programming of freaking what one of the Bushes, I forgot his fucking name. I don't care. He's irrelevant to me. And Hillary Clinton against each other in the election, right? But that didn't happen. It's like there was Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton in the false election selection type of stuff, right? So, and like Donald Trump, you know, he pretty much like brought about the end of freedom of speech softly, like all these elites brought about, like, I know there's censorship before 2017, right? Or before the election, right? But this pretty much really destroyed freedom of speech on the internet. And YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, you couldn't find shit after some time. Like, it took a little bit of time to censor it, but effectively 2019, they got rid of freedom of speech, if we even had it. But freaking with the 2020, we had soft martial law. So the truthers thought they won. Nope, they were way behind. We were way behind. We, we lost a whole bunch of rights with that soft martial law. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about the martial law. All right, but like, there were times that truly the elites failed, like with the Iran war and the Venezuela war. It didn't happen, right? Over Trump's presidency. Like he's actually one of the presidents that didn't even have a war in his first when he was first elected, right? Or selected, I mean, in his 4 years in his term. But freaking it's basically he did add a war against the people, locking them down. Okay, that's I like. There's also times in like 20 or 30 years ago, like, well, 20 years ago with freaking Y2K, that didn't happen, right? Y2K didn't happen. And now they're giving us signs of predictive programming that it just didn't happen. And like with the freaking, what was that? Supposed reincarnation of Christ, that dude, that Waco guy, right? It's probably false. Probably like it was a psyop on its own. It got people to think it was the end of times too back then. So wherever these signs of the end of times, the elites don't know when it's happening, or truly. Like, like I'll find that video of that one guy saying like, he was prepping, like how we were how everyone else was prepping. Today he was prepping back in the fucking 90s. I'll show you guys that clip, but I touched grass. Okay, so it'll take me some time because I remember watching that video like last year, the like re-reminding me of fucking Waco. I'd already fucking know about Waco. Like there was just that time period where they just kept on showing the same shit. Like, oh, new uploads. Oh, okay, this shit. So I have to go back a year and see what video was it. I have a good idea what was it, but it's 2 fucking hours long. So, or maybe even 4 hours because he had super chats, I think. So yeah, so I need to touch grass first, and then you guys will get the video. Okay, but freaking a but remember also like 6 years ago that Las Vegas shooting, like they're trying to cover that up quickly. Like they're covering it for 2 years of 2 weeks, and like freaking that the people started to see, wait, this might be false because like how the heck do you get all these guns through the security check, right? Like these guns with so much ammo that kill 50 people. Like it was like one of those specialty guns, like super special. Like you could shoot tons of bullets all at once, like hundreds of bullets, right? So they don't sell those type of guns, to anybody in the U.S. Like you can't collect more than 100 bullets, definitely not. So probably Definitely probably not in Las Vegas. Definitely not. So it was a psyop, and then they tried to cover it up through this exposing the elite's own fucking people, or Jeffrey, not Jeffrey Epstein, where one of the movie producers, like from 6 years ago, that they fucking showed or exposed him being this, this guy just sexually assaulting women, or not expose, fucking exploiting women, right? So freaking they exposed all those guys to cover up this event that they failed at covering. So, but I wish like I knew more failure. Oh yeah, October 4th. Remember we were supposed to be all like a whole bunch of people were supposed to be zombies and shit. That failed. So yeah, I wish that I knew more. Probably the least predictions for or like predictive programming for dates will most likely be wrong. Those are the failures that they more likely cover up. Like September 23rd, that's infamous. I know it's most of the time shit never happened until like, only in like 2017. Like within the this fucking past 20 years, probably like that's the only thing that happened on September 23rd or September 25th. Something happened on that date. I can't remember what, but something like went well actually that day with their agenda, supposedly. I wish I remembered. God damn. They fucked up our brains with all these phones, computers, just fucking up our memories. Yeah, so I just can't remember. I have to look back, but I promise you guys I'll find that video of that guy prepping how people are prepping today. He was prepping in the fucking 90s. I'll try to find an upload of that or record that clip because like it just shows that nothing has changed. The truthers are always going to be going around in circles. So, the end of days are coming, but uh, freaking end of time, right? But we don't know when the end of time is happening. So when it happens, it just happens. Like, but they were actually successful with their one prediction of that day in September with the one and the one. Okay, I can't say it because YouTube hates the truth, so fuck it. I already indicated it through the one and the one and that day of September. Okay, so you already get it. I don't have to say it more. I wish I could just say it straightforward, but it'll delete all my fucking videos I worked for the past 2 years to upload. So I want to leave the truth up as much as possible, or implied truth, right? I can't say it straightforwardly like how you used to back in pre 2017. So you guys just have to think. And it's not that hard to think. So, yep. So I would love to know more examples of when the elites failed. I tried looking it up and it didn't bring results on Yandex. Fuck Russia sometimes. But yeah, Russia used to be so good with their search results, but now you're fucking it up. And you're linking towards Bing and Google. Like I saw underneath your fucking your search engine, like you're linking towards Google and Bing. So they're following examples of Microsoft and Google. So yeah, so fuck it. Like all these search results are rigged now, and you can't find shit as well. So you just have to rely on yourself and try to remember what happened, or like look up your own examples. Like, did this actually fail, or was it a success? And just think about it yourself. It's all about self-discovery these days now. I wanted to add that I wanted to make this video really about we didn't know when Rome ended, right? Their history when they ended, like they didn't write, oh, this is the end of our history. So we don't know about that. And with Greece, we don't know how they ended their civilization too. It's like, like the elites don't try to pay attention, give us attention to their freaking agendas that they failed to back in supposed thousands of years ago. If you believe in that the history was truly, the calendar was true, right? They actually added like 1,000 years to the calendar. So, yeah, it's not really all that true that it was thousands upon thousands of years ago. So, yeah. But We don't know how those civilizations ended, right? Like those are two examples of civilizations that I do know that like that it didn't cover how they ended. Like, like they didn't say this is the end, like this is how it ended because of this, right? But yeah, but there might have been, I think, examples of like how Babylon failed and Egypt failed, but I'm not going to say it is or they did give us detail of how it ended. So I need to look that up still because I think you could still like look up maybe in the Bible, see how the Egypt ended. I'm not so sure. So, but definitely with Rome and Greece, this Western civilization shit, they don't tell you how it ended, right? So, so like with these massive empires, right? How their technology and all that stuff, like, we don't know if they had computers and shit, but like definitely with Greece, they had watches that could tell time, right? So there was some sort of advanced technology there. But yeah, but that's why I wanted to add it, like the destruction of these civilizations. They don't know. And also, one last thing, how these civilizations, like, they don't know how exactly get to the next point, right? And I think we're in that next point that we don't know what exactly is going to happen. And I'm going to post a video detailing that, like the sign of that they don't know the next step. And that could be like that we're like, we're really close of that sign of the freaking end of days we're in, like a sign of that. So I'll post a video of that later. And I already had a video that kind of indicated that, but I want to make sure, like, because there's a movie that also indicated that. So I think like that video was right on the money.